Hello everyone, you are welcome to my channel. This is Mad Foodies. If you are new here, congratulations, because you're about to take your culinary skills from level 0 to level 100. Yes, I feel bold and proud to say that I've been into food business for over 9 years. But that's not the case. I don't just do food business, but I know I cook real good food. Stick around and learn something new every time I post a new video. And to my returning subscribers, I want to appreciate you for always liking, commenting, and even sharing my videos. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Now, let me know where you are watching me from. Leave it in the comments so I can give you a shout out in my next video. Today's shout out goes to Simon Ojima, watching from Abuja, Nigeria. Simon, I'm glad you love the recipes. Thank you so much for always liking and commenting the video on the videos. All right, we've been on a series called Know What You Eat, and this is the third episode of Know What You Eat. First of all, we did Know Your Afang soup, and then we went on to Know Your Editan soup, and now is Know Your Editan soup. So I have the ingredients right here, and this is the start of the ingredient, which is the Editan leaves, and I'll process that much later. And I have water leaves, which is 50%, and 50% of the Editan, 50% of the water leaves. I have goat meat, which you can use any protein of your choice, right? I have this stockfish that is already cooked and it's soft. I have cow skin, otherwise called pomo. I have dried fish, and I have crayfish, and a lot of it at that. And I have periwinkles, so periwinkles that is already cut and properly washed. And I also have seasoning and salt. Now that's about 2 seasoning cubes and salt. And I have this pepper, a mixture of red and yellow habanero pepper. I have onion, which I'm going to use very little of that. So first of all, I'm going to start by processing the Editan leaves. This is where the main work lies. Every other thing can be done in a matter of minutes. Now, if you're planning to cook the soup, you can actually process it the previous day, ziplock and put in your refrigerator. All right, but it's not difficult. It took me about 20 minutes to do this. I pound the Editan, not too smooth. I pounded and then added salt and very hot water. Now, this process is important because most species of Editan has some bitterness, some level of bitterness, right? And you don't want to eat bitter soup. This is not bitter leaves. Okay, so I am at this point I checked that the water was too hot. My hands couldn't tolerate it, so I added some more water, so I'll be able to dip my hands and squeeze out the leaves. Look at that. Now, do me a favor to like this video, leave some comments, and even share the video. It will make some other people to see when you like. YouTube will introduce it to other people so that they can see and learn what we are learning here. Thank you so much. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the comments. And thank you for the shares. Now, I repeated this process for about 2 times. It actually and totally depends on the species of Editan you're using. Some species of Editan, you may need to wash this up to 4 times. Now, I see some people cook this Editan like that without washing. It totally depends on the species, okay? But for me, I think it should be washed. I wash it all the time and I always have great results. Please do well to wash your Editan. Don't cook it straight like that, right? So this is the first process of the washing of Editan leaves. I'm squeezing out the water right? Putting it in this other bowl. And I will still add some more hot water and wash. How do you know the difference between the bitter Editan and the one that is not bitter? Like this one that I processed, this one is not bitter. That's why I could wash for just 2 times. The other ones, like I said, can be washed up to 4 times. Right? How do you know? You test it when you're going to buy. You test it. The other one will always be bitter. But this one, they call it Afia Editan, literally meaning white Editan, the Editan without bitter taste. Okay, so you can test and know which one to buy. All right. So this is still the first. Now I had to take time to show you how to process this, because this is the main thing in Editan soup. This is the main thing. If you can get this right, then every other thing will fall in place. Every other thing will fall in place. All right. Have you liked the video yet? Have you commented? Have you subscribed? If you've subscribed, have you turned on the notification bell? Now that is something you really have to consider doing, because I'm going to be bringing these recipes that you not want to miss. Turn on your notification bell after subscribing. You'll be glad you did. Now this is the second time of washing. This is the second time of washing, right? Now, because you added salt to wash this, you're not going to add more salt to your soup. Now, watch to the end and see how I manage this, because the stock from the protein that was used to cook, now I kept that aside, and I want to prepare the protein now, where I added the salt and the seasoning, right? So because of the salt content here, I didn't use more salt, and the one that we used to wash the Editan leaves. Now I've added just a very little onion, which is completely optional, and then I've added the pepper, and then I'm mixing it all together, right, so that the meat can properly absorb the ingredients. Now this is very important. I may choose to add a very little water to use and cook that meat, or I cook it like that. Please do not pour in so much water. That is why a lot of people cook food and it is tasteless, because they didn't take time to season their protein. But after watching this video, you will not be like that. So I finished cooking and I set it aside. So I went ahead to cut the water leaves. Yes, these water leaves should be as tiny as the one in afang soup and the one in Editan soup. Watch and see how I did that. Now, if you really want to learn, I took time to cut this in Know Your Editan soup. So you can watch that video. It will be linked to the end of this video, so you can take a look at after this particular video, right? So after cutting the water leaves, set it aside and then continue with the cooking of the meat, and adding the pomo, adding the periwinkles, adding the stockfish. Remember I said that this stockfish was already cooked. It was already cleaned and cooked till it was soft. All right, at this point I added some palm oil. Now the process of cooking this editan is almost the same as cooking afang soup. Right, at this point I'm adding some water leaves. I'm adding the water leaves. Now, remember when we did know your afang soup, we said that the quantity of afang to to water leaves should be 60% of water leaves and 40% of afang leaves. Now, in this case, we are doing it 50% of water leaves and 50% of Editan kong. Or it's 50% of water leaves and 50% of the editan leaves. Okay, pardon me. Now I have all that together, so I'm mixing for everything to incorporate, and then I'm adding some crayfish, and I'm adding a little more palm oil. I thought the one I added earlier would not be enough, so I had to add this, and then I stir to combine. You will bear me witness that I didn't add seasoning cube and salt to this soup again, because the one we added from the chicken stock, the meat stock is going to handle that. And remember, we also use salt to wash the editan leaves. So if you add more salt, you will not like the outcome of your soup. So the best thing is to test and adjust where necessary. All right, so now I'm adding the dried fish. I didn't want to add it earlier so it doesn't scatter. So now I have this, and I allowed this to cook for about 2 minutes after adding dried fish and covering it for about 2 minutes, and then I'm coming in with the editan leaves that we washed earlier. Now, why we use less water leaves and less water for editan soup is because it's already wet. You can see that is a wet editan that I processed earlier that I'm using. So it has some level of moisture in it. It's not like the afang that we pound dry, okay? Right. So that is that. And then at this point I am turning everything in. Just after adding editan, turn and cover it to cook for another 1 minute, and your food is ready and your soup is ready. Once it is ready, you can pair it with any swallow of your choice. I would recommend either fufu or gari. You can do semo if that is what you have, or you can do wheat if that is what you want to eat, and you can as well do pounded yam. Right now, we've been on this series of know what you eat. It's not something you want to miss, so that's why you should subscribe to this channel as you listen to me speak. Now we take time to research and come up with the things that each food comprises of, food that are peculiar to some health needs. These are things we discuss in the know what you eat. In case you missed your Editan, you can catch up. We'll link it to the end screen of this particular video where you can watch later. And in case you miss your afang soup, it's not something you should miss. A lot of people try to cook afang, but they don't just get it right. So if you're one of those people, relax. The answer is already here. All right, so you watch that video and learn the nitty-gritties of cooking a very delicious afang soup. I took time to explain that. It is a well detailed video of over 30 minutes. There is no how you listen to that video and you will not be able to cook a very delicious pot of afang soup afterwards. Now this soup came out so delicious, absolutely yummy. It's one of my favorite soups. It was so delicious. Was it bitter? No. Did it taste like afang? Almost like afang. Almost like afang, right? Almost like afang, but not completely like afang. This soup is so delicious. All right. Now, I would like you to watch out for the part 2 of this video of Know Your Editan soup. This is part 1 of Know Your Editan soup, and we had to, this time around, we had to start it with the practicals, and which is what you are doing now. And then the next video will comprise of the theory of the where it is the origin of Editan, the nutritional value. So is going to be loaded. It's not something you want to miss. It's not something you want to miss. Right? I hope you are aware that our soup has been ready since. I just had to do this so I'll be able to talk to you about the Know What You Eat series. And please bear with me because that is really important and I wanted you to know. Please do well to like, do well to comment, subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and even share this video. God bless you for doing so. Now, just go ahead and make any swallow of your choice. Let me know if you'll be trying this. If you watched this video to this very point, give me 100 in the comments. Write 100. Type 100 in the comments. See you in my